Why do I keep doing this to myself? I'm constantly making bad choices in life, and I keep beating myself up about it. The problem is, I get into situations, whether it be with work, with relationships, with money, and I'm always making the wrong choice. And I want to get to a point where I understand why that's happening and also how I can remedy that. Now, I'll give you a couple of examples just so you can hear a little bit about me and also so you can understand what the process of my thinking is, which is a bit long-winded, so I apologise. But with that said, we'll start off with relationships. So with relationships, I've always tended to gravitate towards people who seemed to need help. And that's got me into a lot of trouble. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had good relationships, I've had bad relationships. Some I've messed up, some they've messed up, sometimes it's just been mutual. But that aside, the reason that I've come into thinking of why that's happening and why that repeated behaviour is always happening is because of something that I've come to learn is 3 words: low self-worth. Because I've got low self-worth in myself and I don't believe in me as a person, I'm sat here thinking I'm not good enough. And there'll be points where when I'm searching for a relationship, let's say, I'll make the choice of someone who needs help, let's say. So it'll be someone who's potentially in a worse off position than I'm in, or I perceive it that way anyway, and I want to be able to help them. Now, there's 2 parts to this. So the first part is I'm the sort of person who likes helping people, fixing problems, understanding them, and getting to the nitty-gritty of helping out and fixing. That's part of what my mind is about. The other part is, because of my low self-worth, I don't have the belief in myself that I can go for a girl or a partner who is out of my league, shall we say, as that old phrase is. Now, why shouldn't I be able to do that? At the end of the day, it's all about confidence, right? And that's something that I've been lacking in. Now, I've been single myself since the middle of 2024, and I'm not here looking for anyone or anything like that. I'm just here to explain the situation. So I'm pointing out the fact that I now understand my low self-worth, and that's what I've been working on since my last breakup. So with that in mind, I've kind of come to an understanding with myself that I am good enough, but I just need to believe it in myself more, because there are times when I'm not as confident as I could be. I could look after myself better. I'm a smoker, I'm overweight, and I don't have the most confidence. But that being said, I'm not a bad looking guy, I like to think, although the grades are coming through, so that's showing my age. And I like to think I'm quite an emotionally intelligent person as well. So with those things there, I know that I could be a good partner for someone, but my pattern of behaviour has been always searching for the wrong people, where I would appear to be better than the person I'm looking to get in a relationship with. And with that, I kind of find myself regretting a lot of my past choices. And one relationship in particular was one that basically broke me. So I'm trying to break that pattern, and having this time on my own has been useful to understand that. Now, the other part is with things like money. So I'll give you a prime example. So back in, also in 2024, funnily enough, I lost my job. I was made redundant from a job that I was hoping to stay into till retirement, but it didn't turn out that way. So I was made redundant and I was given a lump sum of cash. Now, I could have used that money to pay off some bills and to prepare for my future. But instead, I did what I always do, and I was very impulsive, and I booked a holiday and I went traveling around Europe for 3 to 4 months. And don't get me wrong, I had a fantastic time and I met some amazing people out there as well. But it was a short-term amazing thing to come home to a long-term struggle. And because of the bills that weren't paid and everything, I ended up getting into a position where I got massively behind with my bills and racked up a lot of debt. Now, I've had to seek help with that, and I'm currently going through that process at the moment. But that's an example of where I could have been happy. I could have maybe laid down a house deposit. I could have put some savings away. But no, I chose the quick thing, the quick impulsive choice. And I realised that my low self-worth is partly what's caused that. The other is my impulsive behaviour as well, looking for that quick fix of something nice, because I don't have a lot of nice things in my life. So because I'm sat here thinking, why don't I have nice things in my life? As in long-term nice things, as in a nice house, a nice car, a nice family, etc., loads of holidays. Instead, I'm sat here working overtime to try and afford enough money to pay my bills, and I'm struggling. Now, thankfully, the help that I got has put me in a bit of a better position so that I am now able to afford my bills, and I am now able to try and save some money anyway, but not a lot. Like talking maybe £5-10 a month, but it all adds up, right? So with that, I'm getting off topic and I know I'm ranting. So if you're still here, thank you very much for sticking with me. But my point is, my low self-worth has essentially broken me, and it's also got me to the point of where I have hit rock bottom, and I'm just now starting to come back up again, because I'm learning about myself, I'm learning about my mental health, and I'm learning about the bad choices that I've made in my life as well, where I've constantly made those repeated bad behaviours, and it's led me to where I am now. I'm trying to break that, and I'm trying to ensure that I can be better, but not for anyone else, just for me. So a little thing like saving up a little bit extra money, or a little thing of saying no to things, that's something that I'm coming to learn is actually a positive thing rather than a negative thing. And I hope that when you're watching this video, if you're still here and you've got this far, that you also find that sort of belief in yourself and that assessment of your behaviour to be able to address any issues that you want to sort in your life. Now, I've just touched on a little bit today, and like I say, this has been like nearly a 10-minute video, well, over a 10-minute video now, but the point is, this is just a short snippet into my life, although I've covered a few topics, but there's so much more going on, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that even if you do hit rock bottom, whether that's with addiction, whether that's with mental health, whether that's with relationship breakups, whether that's with work, where you feel like you're not getting anywhere, any of those things, or any other life choices like loss, for example, all of these things break us down and break us down and break us down and get us to the point where we've got nothing left to give. But that's the point where we're reborn. And I know that's a really cliched phrase, but it is a good analogy, because you do start again, you start learning again, you start understanding yourself and what your environment and how to behave and what things to unlearn from your previous behaviour. So with that, I hope that you find that useful, and I apologise if this has been an overshare, but like I say, it's something that I want to put out there and share with you guys, because I feel not a lot of people, especially men, are vulnerable with their feelings and with their emotions. So I hope that you found this useful, and this has been Real Talk Rob. Thank you again very much for watching, and hopefully catch you in the next video. Take care for now.